attention to the world game. I know when we talk about footy in Australia, we talk about Aussie rules, but let's talk about football, world game, soccer, one of the great games in the world.
Well, I'm a massive fan. I've been...
Of our next guest, Marcus Flores, a guest of...
Flores, yes.
Yeah, all right. And Chris Okley here and joining us, fellas. Thanks for your time, boys.
No worries, guys.
Mate,
Thanks for having us on.
Adelaide Atletico, of course, is what we're talking about. You set an academy up that's starting to really expand now. The women are starting to come into it. It's a pretty exciting time.
Yeah, obviously Marcos got a group of his friends together, and he can touch on the dream of him, why he had the dream to start the soccer club later on. But we both had the dream to start and sort of make a club that was inclusive of people with disabilities, and having one myself, and sort of understanding the social and physical benefits of being involved with the club. Sort of from there, we sort of had this dream, and Marcos has been amazing for me and probably changed my life now. I look at my disability and look at other people's disabilities. So I'm very thankful for the man sitting to my left.
Because it's all about inclusiveness, isn't it? Yeah. This is a great story. I read the story this morning. And I know you designed... This is your baby, Marcus. You designed the kit, the logo, the whole bit. But it's all about, from what I'm reading, about inclusiveness, and anybody can play. Anybody can play at any time. More games. It's a great story, mate. What drove you to do this?
The love for the game. I mean, when I started playing soccer in South America, it was only one soccer ball, homemade ball, a little tap. We just play in the street until it gets dark.
Yeah.
Then when you go through the youth development and professional football, and you hang around for 15 years playing professional, that thing for some players died, and for some players stay alive. Well, I remember when I was an Adelaide United player, I used to get in trouble because I used to play in Glenelg with kids when they were playing some scratch games, and I was always the fanatic of football, of amateur football, with no excuses, no limitations, all that thing. And when I came back to Australia in 2019, I was blessed to cross paths with Chris and 4 other kids with the cerebral palsy at Nationals, doing a collaboration to Football South Australia. And then I started learning about soccer, that it's not just only A-League, it's an amateur Div 1, Div 3, it's a State League 1, a State League 2, Federation, District Soccer, Elizabeth District, all that thing, all this map of soccer, which Johnny Warren will be really happy.
Oh, I mean,
so many people playing football, and I love it. And this gentleman said to me, Marcus, can we keep training after the South Australian program, cerebral palsy stopped? And and we started just playing some Saturdays, and we were 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then once we reached 7, I said to Chris, look, I can help you to go to a club, and you can be a team, and I will help you. But I was retired, just in the park, and he said to me, but I wanted to play for your club. And I said, well, I don't have a club.
Wow.
And then that was in Kensington Gardens, and I drove back, I gave a call to the Federation, and I asked the question, what do you need to build a club from scratch? And the Federation said to me, you need to be a little bit crazy and be willing to work every Sunday, because normally people like you doesn't want to work on Sundays.
Yeah. Wow.
And I said, well, I don't know what to do if I don't do soccer, man. And I called Chris Militiadis, the president, a friend that became a president. And we started the club with all the things that you know, guys.
Yeah.
At 6 years old, 7, 9 years old, what you need to do, trials to play social soccer. Really? It doesn't work like that, man. No. Then we go affordability for more families to play the game. And then we got women's, and then we actually have one of the most amazing achievements in the state, which is we are the only club that can actually welcome any kid with any spectrum, cerebral palsy, to feel like a soccer player. Which, end of the day, they train in Thursdays, we play on Saturday. The entire year, not only 10 weeks, not only 8 weeks. No, the entire year, mate. So they have achieved something which is amazing, which they inspire 300 families.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's good that you're not passionate about it, Marcus. I can see where it's going to fall over, mate. Hey, I read with interest your 6 pillars. You know, we talk about the pillars of Kokoda. Now you have the pillars here, the 6: affordability, inclusivity, fairness, respect, community, and the embracement of technology.
Yeah.
Where did you come to get the 6 pillars from?
Well, by actually trying to solve many of the issues that we thought that probably we were lacking in soccer, yeah? The inclusivity, no trials, no actually sending an email to some family saying, "No, thank you very much, you don't play the game." Inclusivity, just play. And then all the respect, all the leadership, the respect comes to actually don't have any bullying. Mm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about respect, a player respecting a coach or respecting a teammate, that erases any type of bullying. So in our club, you can't not say, "Hey, buddy, we losing because of you." No, you can be dismissed because of that.
Yeah.
So when we started really strong with these pillars, these principles, well, in 1 year and 8 months, I would say that we create culture. I mean, Adelaide Atletico in D4 amateurs got 12 years, 12 yellow cards in 42 games. Only yellow cards, yeah? 12.
Yep.
One team versus us got 10 yellow cards in the same game. So that's the difference. But
Yeah.
why? Because are we gentle? No, we no whinge. We just play.
Yeah.
So the whole pillars is just trying to make our mission to travel back in time and do things how we used to. We're not creating anything new, guys. We're just doing something that we little bit forgot about it, but it's so refreshing, amigo, because it's in 1 year, 8 months, we've reached 300 families and we have only one soccer field.
I was going to say, the growth has been amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Since day one.
And we don't create anything crazy, new. When we're talking about embracing technology, it's actually we're filming the kids juggling the ball 10 times. And if they cannot do it, we teach them. And if actually the kid cannot do even one, well, he gets into a team that they're going to learn to do two. So it's quite simple. But people, sometimes we get used to patrocinate and just don't tell the truth to people.
Wow.
You know, though, Marcus, I listen to you from the South Americas, and one of the things I loved about their culture, and I have a basketball background, is their love of the game. That is the number one thing. And you were talking about, when you're transporting it back, you're bringing the love of the game to these people. So they're falling in love with the game. Yeah. And it was interesting, your comment and how it changed your life.
Yeah.
Is it the love of the game?
No, it's who Marcos is. It's obviously, him sitting here today, he's talking from the heart, and that's what I think all our families love, and I know my disability part of the club we love, is that he talks to us the same as he does the Div 4 amateurs, the same as the mother that's got his son playing under 8s. He treats everyone the same, equal, which as someone with a disability, sometimes you question whether people are going to treat you differently because of it. But obviously having Marcos come into my life and sort of communicate that way now, how I communicate to our players with other disabilities and other challenges. So, it's a really special thing to be a part of, and our culture is so inclusive of all. So please jump on our Facebook page, come be part of our club. We've got a couple of spots left in our juniors, and whether you've got a disability or not, whether you're a female or male, just come, be involved. It's an awesome culture to be a part of, and it's changed my life and probably could change yours as well.
It's so important. I mean, for anyone who sees this now with a disability or a slight disability or is not confident in going out to training anywhere because of that little disability, this is spot on.
So that's everything we put out. Part of our inclusion program is around that if mainstream soccer is not for you, that's what the inclusion program's there for. It's not just for people with cerebral palsy or just people with autism. That's why I was massive when coming on board. We used the word inclusion because it includes everyone. So if there for some reason that you can't play soccer in a mainstream environment, come train with us. And then if you have the confidence to play out of the inclusion program to go back into mainstream, that's awesome. We just had one of our players do that. He had cerebral palsy and he trained with the inclusion program, absolutely loved it, and then went over and played in our under-17 team. Wow. So that was a massive cap for Marcos and I know a big tick that we ticked this year was bridging that gap and creating that pathway on the disability side of the club that you can jump back and forth if you don't have the confidence to do
Okay, so I'm sitting at home now watching. What do I do? What do I do? How do I get to see you? How do I get to your training camp?
Adelaide Atletico.
Yeah.
Wednesdays and Fridays, Charles Campbell College, from 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I will be there.
And you're based where? You're a
In Charles Campbell College.
Charles Campbell College in Paradise. So, if not, jump on our Facebook page.
That's what we want.
And sort of find all the website and send us an email and get in contact with us. We're inclusive of all, and it's an awesome culture. So please come and be involved.
Right. So the Facebook page is Adelaide Atletico,
Football
but it's
FC.
not. It's spelt differently, isn't it?
Yeah. It's AL.
It's Atletico in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, with no H.
We dropped the H.
ATLETCIO.
I can't let Marcus go. Adelaide United is only Johnny Warren medalist.
Yep.
And was a great player. Can I ask you, mate, how it all happened with you coming to Australia? Because it's a big trip, that one, but you'd obviously got a manager and all that sort of thing. Did you know anything about Australia?
When I came in back in 2010?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I was playing in Chile in first division, and I received a call from someone that wanted to bring me to Australia. And yeah, I came, and it was, I said a few times, and people doesn't get it yet, but it was one of the best mistakes that I make in my professional career. And the reason why is because at 24, I just got the pleasure to play in a league that was only 9 teams, really far away from the soccer world, the football world. But I was just fell in love with everything in Adelaide, with the fans, with the club, with the soccer, and at 24 years old, so it was not. I'm 36 now. Some players come at A-League with 35 years old.
Yeah.
So I actually retired 33. It was because I came and it did everything really fast. You know, at 24 I was here in Australia and then China and overseas. And
Did you know anything about Australia when?
not much.
Nothing?
No, the first thing that I received was a hat that Travis Dodd signed and sent it to me, and then I Googled on YouTube. I put some YouTube things and watched some A-League games back in the day.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I did is Argentinian soccer player playing in Australia. And was none.
None.
So I was afraid then. I was afraid then. I didn't feel like Che Guevara, but I said, yeah, let's go. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It changed my whole perspective of things, because when I was going to be the MVP of the league, I received a call from an Argentinian club to get back to Libertadores, to the South American kind of Champions League. And they wanted me to tell Adelaide United, ciao, see you later, I'm going, I got personal issues at home. And I said, no, mate, I'm not going to do that. And I didn't know about the MVP of the league, these things. It was a feeling that I was in a great place. And that was a really great decision.
We're glad you made that decision, mate.
You're in a great place, and you're doing some great things at Adelaide Atletico. So appreciate your time, boys. Well done to both of you. Stay with us. Still plenty to come.